Hello friends, I want to talk to you about my Tuesday Masters moment of the week. And what we're going to talk about today is the 1986 Masters. And I would have been around 3 years old, actually almost 3, when this Masters happened. But this is one of the first Masters memories that I actually remember because I didn't start watching the Masters until 1996. So when I was, like 12 years old, I would always hear stories about Jack Nicklaus and his triumph. And what I'm going to lead in with here is the cool thing about the Masters is that it's actually like the most high-end club championship. It's not like any of the other majors. It's like, to me, it's like a club championship where literally anybody who's in the field, especially guys who have won before, if they can still hit the ball far enough to be competitive, you put them in the thick of it, they have a great opportunity, as good of an opportunity as anybody else. And that's where Jack Nicklaus comes in. And Jack was the GOAT, right? So going through that Masters and rewatching it on YouTube and watching the final round, my few takeaways are this. It was the first father-son moment that I remember thinking about at the Masters because Jack had his kid on the bag. And all of the dialogues between them on 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 were pretty epic, especially the one on 15, where he's talking about hitting a 3-iron, and he says, how far would a 3 go here? And his son says, a long way. And in the dialect, you never know like what the direction is if one of them's talking about making eagle, and the other one's talking about hitting a 3-iron. But either way, a 3 is a 3, right? Part 2 to this is the leaderboard was loaded. Greg Norman, Seve Ballesteros, Tom Kite, Tom Watson, Payne Stewart. And it wasn't even until like the 10th or 11th hole in the coverage that you even start hearing about Jack, or that he's even in the coverage on TV, on CBS, which is quite amazing because he's a legend, right? And it's cool to go back and watch it because you see Jack just chip away and climb the leaderboard, and then all of a sudden, pow! And you get that Vern Lundquist moment. That's the part 3 where the big, yes, sir, and it's just epic. And I would advocate for everyone to go back and watch this Masters. This is one of my favorites. But as far as like special Masters moments, as a father, that Masters goes a long way for me because, like I said earlier, it's the first father-son moment that I remember in the Masters. You got to remember, like back in the day, they didn't have personal caddies. They had local caddies caddy for them. I don't know when that switched over, but Jack having his son on the bag is a pretty cool thing, and it's a pretty cool thing anytime. All right, so enjoy the rest of the week, and I hope you're going to enjoy your Masters week as much as I am. Thanks for watching.